All right, let's just jump right in. For the last, 20 years, if you wanted your business to be found online, there was one playbook. You optimized for Google. Simple. But that playbook, that whole map we've been using, it's useless now. The entire way businesses get discovered has fundamentally, completely changed. And the old rules, they just don't work anymore.
And this quote right here, it just nails it. I mean, think about your own day-to-day. The real battle for your attention, for your choices, it isn't happening when you finally decide to type something into a search bar. By then, the game is often already over. The decisions, the opinions, the options you're considering, they were all shaped inside the feed. That's the new battleground.
So let's just be brutally honest about what this all means. Your SEO, the thing we've all spent years and millions of dollars on, is becoming obsolete. The whole foundation we've relied on for a couple of decades is crumbling. So if you're still pouring all your energy into traditional search engine optimization, you're playing a game that, frankly, has already ended. I mean, just look at the difference here. On the left, you've got the old way, SEO. It was all about keywords, backlinks, climbing up that Google rank, and hoping for a website click. But check out the new way on the right. We're calling it GEO, Generative Engine Optimization. It's a completely different universe. We're not talking about keywords, we're talking about real conversational questions. It's not about backlinks, it's about trust signals. And the goal isn't a click, it's to become the AI recommendation in a zero-click answer. And this is the point that you really have to let sink in. Discovery has moved. It's not an active hunt anymore, where someone has a problem and goes to Google to solve it. Nope. Now it's passive. You're just scrolling through your feed and boom, an algorithm shows you a solution to a problem you hadn't even thought about yet. That's the moment of discovery right there. Now, this massive shift, it's not happening in a vacuum. It's being supercharged by two huge disruptive forces: a brand new generation of consumers and, you guessed it, revolutionary new technology. Let's break down these two forces, because you have to understand them to survive. First up, say hello to Gen Alpha. These are the first kids who are completely AI native. For them, AI isn't some new tool they have to learn. It's just how the world works. It's like air. And their behaviors, how they search and interact, are basically a sneak peek of where the entire market is going. So where are they discovering things? Get this, 43% of them spend more than 3 hours a day gaming. We're talking about these massive, immersive worlds. This isn't like seeing a banner ad. This is their main social hangout. And it's where they stumble upon brands and products in a totally natural way. And please, don't make the mistake of thinking, oh, they're just kids, this is a problem for the future. No way. Almost half of them already have more than $1,000 in savings. They have real money and real buying power today. And you know, it's not just Gen Alpha. The very definition of search is changing for all of us. Just look at these numbers. Instagram is handling 6.5 billion searches a day. YouTube, 3.5 billion. These social platforms are now enormous search engines where discovery happens completely separate from Google. And this behavior sets the stage perfectly for that second massive force, AI. This quote just sends a shiver down your spine, doesn't it? It perfectly captures the stakes with AI. On Google, ranking number 5, you still got some traffic. With an AI assistant like ChatGPT, it's winner take all. You are either the answer or you are totally, completely invisible. There's no silver medal. Okay, so the old world is gone. Depressing, I know. But what's the new playbook? Well, it's a whole new discipline we're calling Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO. And the goal here is to stop obsessing about ranking on a list and start focusing on one thing, becoming the answer. So what is GEO really? Put simply, it's the work you do to make your brand the most credible, the most trustworthy, and the most easily understood option for an AI assistant. This isn't about gaming an algorithm. It's about proving your authority through things like trust signals, structured data, and a whole new kind of content. This right here is the fundamental shift in thinking you have to make. I'm going to say it again. Stop thinking about how to climb a ladder of rankings. Start thinking about how to become the single, definitive, trusted recommendation that an AI would confidently give to a person. So, you're probably wondering, okay, great, but how do I actually do that? How do I become the answer? Well, it's not some kind of dark art, it's a real strategy, and it's built on what we call the 3 pillars of GFO. Let's walk through them. The 3 pillars are pretty straightforward. First, you've got to build a verifiable web of trust. Second, you have to learn to speak the AI's native language. And third, you need to start creating content that's specifically designed for an AI to find and use. Okay, pillar 1, building your web of trust. You have to think of an AI assistant like a super cautious, slightly paranoid researcher. It's not going to recommend a business it can't prove is a real, legitimate thing. So it checks everything. It looks at knowledge graphs, business directories, review sites, and if your name, address, and phone number are different on different sites, that's a huge red flag. Bad reviews? Another red flag. It loses trust and poof, you disappear. Now for pillar 2, speaking the AI's language. Imagine handing an AI a 1,000-page book with no chapter titles, no index, no table of contents. That's your website without something called schema markup. Schema is basically invisible code that labels everything for the machine. It says, hey, this right here, this is our address. These are our 5-star reviews. This is what we sell. It removes all the guesswork. And if you force an AI to guess, it won't. It'll just ignore you and move on to someone who made it easy. And that brings us to pillar 3. AI-ready content. A generative AI doesn't just read your blog. It consumes everything. Video transcripts, podcasts, social media posts, you name it. The secret is to structure all of that content so it directly answers questions. I mean, literally, use conversational language. Don't write about the merits of financial planning. Instead, create something that directly answers what's the smartest way to start saving for retirement. Every single piece of content you make has to be a perfect little answer in waiting for an AI to grab. So, we've talked about the problem, we've talked about the solution, and it all really comes down to a single choice that every single business, big or small, now has to make. The choice is pretty simple, actually. You either adapt or you prepare to become invisible.
This slide just lays out the stakes perfectly. It's night and day. In the old Google era, a zero-click search meant you lost. You didn't get the traffic. In the new AI era, a zero-click answer where you're the source, you just won the lead right then and there. On Google, ranking 5th was okay. You still got clicks. In the AI era, if you're not number 1, you are invisible. We're not competing for visibility anymore. We're competing for authority.
And that leaves all of us with one final, really important question. As the world moves from a list of 10 blue links to one single confident answer, will the AI mention your name? The time to make sure that it does is right now. If this just sparked a new idea, don't let it fade. Subscribe to Epic AI Bytes for sharp, practical AI insights you can actually use, fast. Like the video, share it with someone building the future, and drop a comment with what you want us to break down next. This isn't hype, it's leverage. See you in the next bite.